All right, we're actually recording. We have solved all the technical problems. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Marvel Duel Pro Academy episode 0. That's right, we're not starting at 1. We start at 0. I'm Chopstick, joined by Jon Snow, joined by XV Faith, and we're here to talk about some Marvel Duel. This is a little bit of an intro, so we'll each talk about ourselves, our history with gaming. We'll talk about Marvel Duel, how we got to play it, and then we'll dive in and do a little bit of Duel talk this week. But this is mostly an introduction to each of us, where we're coming from, and why we feel we're qualified to call ourselves a pro academy. John, you want to go first? This is your brainchild. You came up with the idea for the show. Take the lead.
All right, sounds good. Welcome everyone to Marvel Duel Academy. My name is Jon Snow. Today, we're gonna go ahead and just talk about a little bit about ourselves. And real quickly here, I am an old school card gamer back in the day where I used to play Pokemon. So that's where my relation to card games come from. I played over the years Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, you name it, I played it. And once this game came out and it says Marvel on it, the IP is strong, I want to play it. So I had to just jump straight into it. So I think I have many years in card games. I would say at least 15 years in card games. So when it comes to strategy and as well as thinking about different options and, you know, how to build different decks and stuff, I think I do pretty well with that. So I think that's pretty much it for me in card games.
All right, Faith.
Okay. Well, I've been playing around with the video games pretty much since I was a wee little boy, around the age of 5, 6, with my own Sega Genesis. I had my own big binder full of Pokemon cards. That evolved into Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then over the years I've gone into things like Hearthstone. Legends of Runeterra is a game I'm still currently playing because they do an excellent job there. I've also played Shadowverse, another Weeboo card game. I like to experiment with all the different options I can in these games. I'm not necessarily trying to be the #1 player. I'm more just trying to get the most out of the functionality of the cards that I can. So you'll have to find me on forums, Reddit, Discord, just talking about the different options you can put inside of these decks to get the best possible outputs. And yeah, Marvel Duel, got into Marvel Duel by looking around more gacha gaming, because gacha gaming is another thing that I've done over the years, and this was announced. Decided to give it a shot. I like the whole auto chess card game hybrid, and it's got some potential for the future.
Yeah, definitely. We'll talk about the game itself, but certainly the uniqueness of this game is really appealing, combined with the strong IP. I think that's what's drawn us and a lot of other people in here. As for me, you mentioned the gacha gaming. That's funny because that's how John and I met several years ago. He was hanging out in my streams and I was playing various anime-ish gacha games. That's how we initially encountered each other. But my history with card games runs much deeper than that. So you guys talked about starting with Pokemon. I started straight on the hard stuff with Magic. I jumped right in, and I was in like 4th grade and just like, all right, let's go, let's do this. And I bypassed the starting steps and jumped straight into the crazy side of it. And that's where things started. And then once digital card games kind of became a thing, the Hearthstone Alpha really grabbed me, and from there I was all in on digital card games, and I've played a lot that have some have lived, some have died, but I've enjoyed them all in various ways with varying amounts of salt along the way. I think somebody was like, "Hey, have you seen this new Marvel card game?" And I was like, "Well, card game, I'm there. I'm gonna try it. It doesn't really matter what kind of card game it is. I will at least give it a shot." And turns out I love it. And unlike Faith, who's happy to settle for being a theorist and coming up with great ideas, I am compelled to be #1, and I did hit #1 last season. So that is where I'm coming from here, was the competitive side.
Sounds
Man,
good.
congrats on that. That's a grind.
Yeah, it was brutal. Fortunately, my server was not the most brutal. I certainly didn't have to get up to 40K, unlike some of our friends in the pro community.
I felt so bad.
Yeah, I think I ended around 22, and I was pretty happy to take first place with that without having to kill myself for 3 straight days or whatever at the end of the season. All right, let's talk a little bit about Marvel Duel. You guys can see it here on the screen. If you're watching this on video on the YouTube side of things, you're gonna see it. If not, we'll certainly make sure we explain everything thoroughly. You know, we want this to be an audio only option show. Now we do have the video up on YouTube, so you can certainly watch it there. But if you're listening on iTunes, on Google Play, on Spotify, or whatever podcast platform you want to, we got you covered there as well. And we'll provide links in each of our show notes. So this game is, as mentioned, a hybrid of the auto battler style and of a more traditional collectible card game.
Yes.
Yeah. So somebody kind of take that and break it down for me a little bit. What does that mean?
So basically, this is a card collecting game. So it's not a trading card game, because usually trading card games, you get to trade cards amongst each other. So they don't have the trading aspect of it. But this is a card collecting game where you open up packs and where you can actually obtain cards at random, or you can actually open up theme packs, which going to our corresponding heroes. For those who are watching on YouTube, we actually have, I believe, 7 heroes right now.
7 heroes right now, with
7 heroes
2 more that have been announced.
Yeah, 2 more have been announced. The heroes, if Chop could bring that up, we have for the superheroes. We have Iron Man, we have Captain Marvel, we have Thor, we have Hela, Spider-Man, Elektra, and I might be missing somebody. Star-Lord as well. So those are our 7. We do have 2 more coming in the works. Currently, when we're recording this video, we have Black Widow confirmed, as well as Doctor Strange. So that's going to be super fantastic. And basically, in this card game, you actually, I won't say what I said before, you actually have to collect cards by opening various packs, or you can open up various chests in the game, and those will give you currency to open up packs. And with that, you actually get to construct your deck. And with this game, is very different, because normally you create only, in an actual trading card game, you usually create just 1 deck. But in this game, since it's different, we actually have, you get to choose from 3 of the heroes. Out of the 7 heroes currently, you can pick 3 heroes, and then you have a neutral deck. So basically, you have 4 different decks in one deck combined together, as well as a locked deck as well, which everyone has. So basically, you have 5 decks.
Right.
It sounds kind of very confusing, but you know, we'll keep breaking it down a little bit further.
Yeah, and when you're saying, you know, it's multiple decks, it's still 1 deck that you're assembling, right? But you're choosing from each of these. Each faction is called a keyword in this game, so you're choosing 3 of the heroes, and then plus the neutrals. So you have 40 card slots in your deck, and you can have up to 4 copies of a given card in that slot. You can have anywhere from 1 to 4 copies of any of the cards in these 40 slots, but it's by cost. So you have to have 2 2 costs, 2 3 costs, 2 4 costs, 2 5 costs, and 2 6 cost cards in each of these factions, including neutral, not including the fixed deck. That's its own separate thing that it's shuffled into your deck basically at the start of every game, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, correct.
Faith, you want to tell us about the gameplay some?
So basically, they talked about the card pool. That's the trading card aspect of the game, and that's basically where the card part of the game ends. Now you enter the gameplay mode, which is more auto battle or auto chess type of style. So you can think of things like Dota auto chess, Underlords, teamfight tactics. It implements basically a round robin style of gameplay where you will be in a lobby with 5 other players, and each player bringing their own 40 card deck, and then in addition to their locked pool, which everyone shares out of the locked pool, shared cards. So you will take turns fighting each of these other 5 players. Each player starts with a set amount of hit points, and then depending on how many cards are left on the winning board side is how much damage the loser will take. For example, and by the way, we didn't go over this, but each card can go up in star level, which is basically just combining a card. Think of like in Underlords where you combine 2 1-stars to form a 2-star card. In this game, you would combine 2 1-stars to form a level 2 character card, and then you would create 2 more to create a level 4 character card. So you need 2 for level 2, and you need 4 for a level 4. Good to note though, you can't have 2 level 2s, so it's basically once you have a level 2 card, you have to collect the next 2 pieces of that same card copy to get to level 4.
Right. There's no 3-star version of a card. There's
There's
one,
no
1, 2, or 4. Yeah. And I'm playing just a casual game here, kind of off to the side, just so to kind of give a general, for those that might be watching that might be new, just so they can get an idea of what's going on. We don't have to talk about this game necessarily. It's just to kind of have in the background. But yeah, we can see what's going on. I think the closest analog to this game that's out there right now is probably Hearthstone Battlegrounds, to an extent as far as the gameplay goes. But that is not a deck building game. There's no, it's all from one large shared unit pool, and that's the only way to play that game. Whereas this game has actions and items and abilities and all this other stuff that's not available in that game.
Yeah, so basically in this game, when a unit attacks, basically the unit is attacking from left to right, you can only have up to 6 units or on the board at any given time. So whenever you have a token generating mechanic such as Spider-Man making symbiote tokens, you can only have up to maximum of 6 cards at a given time on the board. And the best thing, the really cool thing about this game is that it's an auto battler like TFT, where you get to summon your units and they start attacking completely random. That's basically what this game is, but the general direction what this game goes is that starting from the left position to the right, it has corresponding attacks, but that unit, whoever attacks first, they start attacking randomly at the board. So you have no control over it unless you have cards specifically stating otherwise, where you can force the direction where that card has to attack, so that way you can try to mitigate one of your opponent's strategies throughout the gameplay.
Absolutely.
So that's where this game comes differently from others.
Yeah, it really is such a unique combination of things, and there's so much room. Like, I think they did a really good job with the RNG versus the skill balance, right? Because we see, there's a reason you see consistently the top players dominate season after season in the ladder, right? Some of it is the amount of time put in, but also some of it is, like there is very much a skill component to this game.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Knowing when to buy cards, when to level up, how to position your units, when to swap certain things out for another thing, that all comes into experience.
Right, and I'm having a fine game over here for those that might be watching. Things going pretty smoothly. I hit the entirety of pretty much everything I want immediately.
So basically for this game is for economy wise. So people were like, well, okay, so how do you summon a unit basically? Well, this game has a thing called gems. Every turn you start with a set amount of gems that the game gives you for free. Then every card has an individual cost to be able to summon that costs that many gems. So, but the really crazy thing about this game is that you actually have up to shop 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right. And
the only way you can level up those shops is by using those gems to upgrade the shops. So if you have like a 6 cost Iron Man that you want to play, he has a really crazy effect. You can't get there until you actually level up your shop at X amount of turns, because it does cost you gems. But then the strategy goes as where you want to be able to play units on the board, so that way you could defend your life and try to get to that progression to the later game. Because if you just try to upgrade your shop turn 2, 3, 4, you're going to be out of the game very quickly. So that's where the strategy comes into play with this game. And the only way you actually can reach up to different cards in this game is where every shop has different levels of cards. So in shop 2, basically at the start of the game, you start off with shop 2, you only see 2 drop cards. And then once you upgrade that shop, then you start seeing 3 drop cards. So that's how this goes. It takes a little bit of a pick from teamfight tactics in that regard.
Right.
When you're upgrading your shop.
Yeah, if you've played other auto battlers like TFT, as you mentioned, like Hearthstone Battlegrounds is a more card-oriented version of that, like what else is it? Underlords, anything like that. Even the original auto chess. This is going to feel familiar in that way, as far as upgrading the shop, being presented hands, paying to re-roll that hand and maybe find other things to buy. That's all pretty familiar from the auto battler, but as we said, there's both the card deck building side of it, and that when it's just so cool how they work together and they make this really unique experience. And hey, by the way, we haven't really even addressed this. This is a Marvel game, so we get all of our awesome favorite Marvel characters all together in one place, and it's super cool.
Yeah, you get to have cards. There's cards out there like Throg. Like, come on, Throg as Thor. Like, is he only in a comic book?
Throg is in the comics, yeah.
He's in the comics.
The Pet Avengers,
like,
which is a great series.
Yeah, and then you have villains like the Hydra. You get to play as them with Red Skull, and you have Crossbones. Then you have cards like Vision, Scarlet Witch. Like, it takes a vast variety, place like around the world of Marvel, just everywhere. It's insane.
It's gonna gloss over Howard the Duck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite. Yeah, this is not an MCU game. This is a Marvel game, so there is a lot of like deep cut Marvel stuff. So if you're a fan of the comics like me, it's a little bit of a dream sometimes to see some of these things they put in. Like, oh yeah, that's a deep cut. I mean, like, putting Throg in that's pretty deep. Pet Avengers is not a widely known entity at all. Also, if you're watching the video, I do have the Throg pet here as well, hanging out on my deck. You can get little companions. This game has all the the cosmetic trappings you would expect from a modern mobile game as well. There's card backs and skins and pets. Now the skins actually do have they actually do stuff now as well, which is pretty cool, and I think they did a pretty good job balancing them. I know we have some varying opinions on the power level of the skins in here. And some better than others for sure, but man, it's been pretty cool to see them continually kind of evolve this game.
Yeah, certainly some people have the wrong opinions, but that's okay.
So what's really good about skins too is that how they addressed it with the newest patch coming into season 4 that we're currently in. Where your heroes actually are called companion heroes for the skins now. So basically, instead of just having a bunch of different Thor skins with, throughout his history, or different type of Spider-Man skins like Spider 29, you have Symbiote Spider-Man, you have, Spider-Man Noir. Instead of having all those different Spider-Mans of like Peter Parker's type of lore, now we actually have Angela, which is also part of Thor's world. So now, instead of having a bunch of Thor skins, now you actually have people that from Thor's worlds. So That's pretty cool that they actually added into the flavor of this game.
Yeah, no, the Angela skin is sweet. It's my favorite as far as like the style and the animation. It's my favorite skin of the game, hands down. It looks fantastic. They spent a fair amount of time crafting it, I think, because it's real nice. Do you guys have a favorite skin as far as like aesthetically outside of play options?
Aesthetically, I still like the old school black symbiote Spider-Man. I think he just looks fantastic.
I'm using Symbiote Spider-Man just because he has the best skill in the game. But aesthetically, I think the new Angela skin is the best one in the game.
I'm more into the symbiote Spider-Man skill now with this set. I think it's improved now. I like where it's at a lot better now than before. I'm coming around on it.
Okay. Well.
I think the value of the gem dropped a lot with Outrider getting changed.
Oh yeah, and for cosmetically also too, that what this game also indicates, like how Chop was saying, we have card backs, which I'm a fanatic of, and recently, we just on season 3.
Oh no!
I've been a horde of getting all the emotes. So they introduced emotes in this game. Every hero has different emotes, and throughout the course of the game, you can actually go ahead and say hi and use those emotes. They don't have any type of voice settings, which is perfectly fine, but they do have little animations to each emote individually. And that's awesome, and I collect them all. It's like Pokemon. I gotta collect them all.
Yeah, you actually do have them all, right? Or all the obtainable ones.
Yeah, all the obtainable ones that you can get are currently in the game. I was able to obtain those currently, and just the card backs too are super sick.
You're free to be toxic in between rounds and just spam emotes and logs.
I know. I said on my stream, I think you were in there, John, because I said on my stream, I wish you could disable seeing other people spamming emotes because it tilts me, and you were like, "What? No, my emotes!"
Oh yeah.
You took it so personally.
Yes, no, I need them. because I want to wave hi, when I'm taking some of your life points down, to 0.
I like being able to wave and say hi to the people I recognize in game and the players I know, especially the other pro players. I don't like when people spam emotes 1,000 times as they're beating me down. That doesn't feel quite as good. Hey, here's the thing we should talk about. So I just won a game, right? So top 3 is a win, bottom 3 is a loss. They introduced this. This is a new feature, the supply chests. So these take 6 hours to generate a supply chest. You can have up to 4 at a given time. You have to win to unlock one, but you don't have to buy keys or anything like that. They're free. All you gotta do is play the game. Even in casual mode, these unlock, and these are a great way to obtain resources. They have coins. Sometimes they have crafting materials for the various faction cards. Sometimes they have emotes in them even. We've confirmed that they do have emotes as very rare drops. They have legendary cards sometimes as very rare drops. These are a great way. This by itself is a huge change that makes the game incredibly free-to-play friendly. Get on, do your dailies every day, play a couple games, use those chests up, and you're going to build a collection in no time.
Yeah, like we can also come into the aspect or the conversation of how free-to-play friendly is this game. With the aesthetics as well, I want to add one more thing to the aesthetics of this game. You have actually battle animations for every single card in this game, which is very pleasing to know. And I believe everybody has a voice line too, like multiple voice lines. So that to me is actually more, for me as a Marvel player, or for me that likes visually quality type of games, that's very awesome, because sometimes you actually can see visually characters coming alive and stuff like that, but then they don't have no voice lines, so they really don't give them that personal character for that particular character or villain or whatever you want to say. But for me, them having voice lines and a battle animation coming out, and some of them actually have some even crazier kill effects, where Thor will just come leaping out of the sky and just say his name greatly, and just like thunder everywhere and just explodes the board. Like, it's pretty insane. So I love the battle animations. If you guys haven't seen it, you definitely, that's one thing about this game I really do love. Then we could talk about the conversation of like how free to play friendly this game is. I think it's very free to play friendly, if you guys want to take part of that.
I do. Real quick though, I appreciate that you're here so much, John, because you're going to be the heart of this show. Because I'm pretty sure Faith and I are both like, sound, animations, turn them off. We don't need that. Let's, what's the most efficient way I can get through murderizing my enemies? I have no desire for any of this. Emotes, nope, don't need them.
I don't think I've seen animations
since
the first week of this
I just played that game with none of that stuff. I was like, no, I don't need any of that. But you've got the heart, and that makes me really happy, because I think, especially I know Faith is going to bring the analytical side a lot more. And I'm going to try and be somewhere in the middle, but I lean that way a little bit more too. So I'm glad you're here just to balance that out with some love for that sort of stuff, the aesthetic side. Because I love having the characters, but I don't care about the animations.
It's super awesome. I definitely do. Like, aesthetic wise, the game is very, very clean, and it's definitely just going to improve even more as we get future updates down the road.
Indeed. So you're talking about how free-to-play friendly it is. Certainly, as with pretty much every game, up front, they're going to load you up with goodies, right? You play through the single-player stuff. You guys remember back at the start, packs, you're getting showered in packs and cards and dust and all this stuff to craft stuff. You're like, oh, I'm loaded. I'm going to make every card in the game. Pro tip, you're not going to make every card in the game with what you get off that. But they do start you off with a good stash, but I honestly think adding the supply chest has made a huge difference as far as how much stuff you can accrue, because you get 4 of those every day, and they're worth at least several packs at minimum of stuff.
Oh yeah, and with this game too, I believe this game currently, as we were recording this game has only officially been out for 3 months, I would like to say.
Roughly 3 months.
So we have been there from the start. Yeah, roughly 3 months. So we have been there through the woes time frame, as we also just to note as well, to take this into fact, this game isn't officially global launched yet as well. This game is only in the Southeast Asia region currently, and eventually, hopefully within the next coming months, we will see a full global release. So with that being said, we have been seeing a lot of the woes of this game. And meaning, as the game continues getting updates, the game is improving for the free-to-play aspect, because sometimes we actually have currency that we had before that didn't really matter at much, but now the currency that we currently have, that actually does matter into this game. So I really do like the improvements that they have been doing.
Yeah, Faith, you want to talk about the maybe the changes to the shop and the currency system and stuff like that. Just an overview on that for people that are coming into the game now, so that they can kind of get caught up on what the new system is.
Yeah. So I won't really talk about the old system because it was a bit different. But in the new system, they have a shop feature and they have daily deals that you can get your money's worth on. One of them is always free. For example, if you're watching the screen Chop is showing, he's got some free ISO gems, and then they also have 5 other deals that you can spend currency on. The currency you can spend it on varies depending on the day. Each day it changes. So, for example, you can spend 800 gold on 2 expansion pack vouchers, which is just your general card packs.
And those normally cost 1,000, by the way, so that's the deal there.
Yeah, so you get a deal there. They occasionally actually have cards on there that you can buy with Stardust. Now, Stardust, usually you do have to spend a little money for Stardust. Thing is, though, I think you can also get Stardust in the Season Pass, which we're going to go over for a second in a bit. So you can spend the Stardust you earn from the Season Pass here and just directly buy, like, for example, the Hela's Crown that you're seeing on the screen. It's a legendary card. You can just buy it directly. Then going over here, you have cosmetics that you can buy. Right now, there's really only 2 cosmetic skins on sale. It rotates between Superior Iron Man and Symbiote Spider-Man. Each of these skins, the perk that they give is an extra card in the shop for the first 3 rounds.
At the cost of 3 life.
At the cost, well, it doesn't take away 3 life. You
Starting
just
life.
start at 22.
Right. It's lower starting life, yeah.
Yeah, lower starting. So normal skins all start at 25. This one you start at 22, and you get an extra card the first 3 rounds. In addition to superhero skins, you can also buy emotes, which, as we discussed, we have John over there
cheering for emotes.
Has every emote in the game. That's the fun part of these games. You can just spam emotes between rounds. And then over on the right side of the shop is where all your whales will go and top up on us, where you buy the Stardust. Stardust is your currency, like in any gacha game, that you can spend it on pretty much anything you want. And in this game, they just released a feature which has a bonus system tie-in for, depending on how much you spend, you get extra perks, which, as you just saw on the screen, you can get things like skins, cards.
Like top tier legendary cards, the sweet card back. John, I know you got that super sweet top end card back there already from your emote spree. Yeah, I do not have that. I have not whaled that hard yet, but in time, I'm sure, as more and more sets come out. Yeah, let's jump over to the Season Pass. You mentioned that, and I've played a lot of games with Season Pass, particularly other styles of games, right? Like shooters, especially like Apex or whatever, that have Season Passes. This game has the best value Season Pass I've ever seen in any game, and it's not even particularly close. Of what you get out of it every season, as far as like just the value of stuff, it's like less than $5 to buy one time, and then as long as you play through the pass, which isn't particularly difficult each season, you get enough currency to buy the next Season Pass, so it goes infinite with fairly minimal play. Do your dailies, save your challenges for the last week of each season for double XP week, and you will breeze right through it. I think I got to like 75 last season, and I also moved across the country in the middle of last season and definitely didn't play every day, so like it's not that hard.
With the Season Pass, like $5 current, I believe it's $5 for us USD for the Season Pass. Like once you buy it, you'd never have to buy it again. Like just be very disciplined. Don't buy the shiny new toys, skins, emotes in the store, and save that. Especially if you're just only dropping $5, you can just indefinitely, forever, as long as you continue playing the game and collecting those rewards, you'll be able to always buy the next Season Pass. So even if you're like free to play friendly or casual spender, if you just want to drop the bare minimum of $5, that's it. That's all you need, and then you get so much added value into getting more bang for your buck, pretty much.
That's right, and I mean we can see here. I've got it pulled up. We'll go through it, not necessarily card by card, but just in general. So if you buy the advanced season pass for this season, which is either $5 for your first purchase or free if you bought it in the past and you just kept rolling seasons, you'll get your 30 Stardust back to buy the next season pass, of course. You get the Angela skin. You get an Angela card, which has been one of the best cards in the game, and it's not even close, right? She's been dominating the game since it came out in a bunch of different decks. Like they nerfed her, I put in quotes because technically they did, but like she's still awesome. You get Ronan Marvel. Ms. Marvel, 25,000 gold, that's 25 packs, 500 ISO gems, that's 5 packs, 8 hero ticket packs that you can use on any hero, megaphones to yell in the world chat, which I use to advertise my stream, a name change card, which I have accrued so many of because I never used them, and a bunch of crystals to craft stuff, lost protections, the new speed up option, which is cool. I know this has been a little bit divisive, but the speed up option is now, I think you get it every season. You either get it at level 1 on the advanced pass or play to 25 on the free pass, so you can unlock it each time. Honestly, buy the pass, guys. It's so cheap and so valuable, and if you're gonna play this game for any amount of time, it's an absurdly good value. And John, I know you're ready.
Yes.
For the Gwenpool emotes. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, they're gonna be real nice. The Gwenpool card back is also very nice. That's on the free pass, so everyone gets that.
So nice. Look at the colors.
Yeah,
really nice.
Digging that. Unfortunately, Faith and I have a hard time with card backs because we have one of the rarest card back in the game, and it's really hard not to flex that. For those that are new, Faith and I did commentary on the first major event for this game, the Tournament of Asgard, which was last month. We had a great time, and the top 12 players were awarded this limited card back, but they were pleased with our performance, so we got awarded it too as a special thank you from the devs. So. We get to flex that. And
to note that tournament, by the way, was what, 2 months into the game's lifespan, and it was over $10,000. $10,000 worth of card with just pure value. Just, it's absolutely incredible what this game is doing at such an early lifespan.
Yeah, I was hoping we could kind of veer into that side of the conversation where we can talk about the ridiculous job that they have been doing with this game. I've worked with a fair few mobile developers, and I've had varying experiences. I've had good experiences. I've had really bad experiences. I've had middle of the road experiences. I am constantly impressed with how fast they're churning out updates, what those updates are. I think we had one kind of hiccup recently, but honestly, we're getting that arena mode here in a couple days, and I'm so excited. That's right, draft mode coming. They've added spectator mode. They've added the 2v2v2 mode, which now I feel like that was maybe kind of a miss a little bit, but honestly, they're just trying stuff and continuing to churn out stuff, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, because like in card games, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, for instance, they have tag duels. So a lot of people usually like to play with their friends and be like, hey, let's team up together and let's go ahead and fight out these other people. So now we actually have like a tag team mode, which is actually pretty amazing. I mean, it's super cool.
Yeah, I like the mode a lot. I know there was some time limitations on it at one point. I feel like I feel like it needs some love, but honestly, I'm just happy they're doing stuff and trying stuff, and like I like that. I prefer that to not doing anything, which is what a lot of games do because they're afraid of change for some reason or don't want to commit any resources to it. I like that they're willing to go out and just be like, it might not work, but we're gonna try it. What do you guys think? And then they've done a great job soliciting that feedback from the community and incorporating that into updates over and over and over. And again, this is a 3-month-old game, and they're consistently doing this.
Oh yeah.
It's trying stuff. Team up mode. It's just when you're playing card games, you want to be thinking about what do I need to do, not necessarily what do me and my teammate need to do.
Right.
Traditionally,
I think doing that in a tournament format would be really cool, where you can table talk with your teammate, right? Like a more structured environment for that, where you're queuing in as a team of 2. Because it's kind of random right now, right? You just queue up and you're playing with a randomly assigned teammate. But if they could flesh it out a little bit more and have it be more organized, where you're working with someone and you're developing your decks to synchronize together and take advantage of extra synergies and stuff like that, at that point, I think it becomes a lot more viable. It's Two-Headed Giant has been a long, successful format in Magic, and I would love to see that come to this game as well.
Yeah, I can't wait until this game is super early in its lifespan, and just the amount of updates and care that the devs have been showing is absolutely amazing. Also, too, when we're talking about the free-to-play aspect of this game, too, how free-to-play friendly is it? You can also create cards in this game. I don't know if we actually specifically went over that in detail, but the great thing about this game is that every card is craftable except Thanos. We got to put that to note.
Except Thanos.
Thanos is one of those exclusive cards that you were able to get through ladder if you grind hard enough and made it to top 3 on your server, because this game has multiple servers that you can join. So top 3 was Thanos, or sometimes Thanos will actually appear in a bundle in the store where you actually can get him by purchasing him with real currency of your denomination.
Right, and also any first purchase gets a copy of Thanos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where you get your first copy. It's from your first top-up reward. Anytime you spend at least $1 US, I think, which is the minimum purchase, you get that first copy. So that's nuts. So basically, when you buy the season pass, you get a free Thanos with it, and he's really good. It also comes with a bunch of extra stuff as well. So it's again, more reason to buy the season pass, because even if that's all you buy, you're gonna get your money's worth and then some if you enjoy this game.
Yeah, so with this system in this game, you can every card is craftable. Now with this new currency that they have added in the game, every hero has a faction, which is Iron Man, Asgard. You have Guardians of the Galaxy, Intergalactic War, and so forth. So every card has a different faction, and they have different packs with different crystals, and you can go ahead and use that currency of that faction to order to craft the card. If you don't have that currency, you have a thing called universal crystals, where those crystals are the most valuable currency in the game, because then you can use that to craft literally everything in the game
except Thanos.
So I don't know if that's except Thanos, yeah. So that's what that is, and it's really good. It's a lot of cards are very reasonable priced. Obviously, the legendaries are a little bit more pricey to craft, because they're really good cards for a reason.
It's a fairly standard crafting system for a card game, except that it's broken down. There's it's by keyword. There's the extra by keyword, but I like it better than the old system, I think. I like that, you can pull any card from the general pack now. So the general pack is really diluted, but now you can hit previously pack exclusive cards in the old system now are available in the general pack. So even if you're just playing the general pack, which is available for everybody, you get 1 free pull per day on the general pack. And also, if you're opening your 4 chests and doing your dailies, you're generating a ton of gold to do a bunch of extra pulls anyways. So again, it's now all cards are accessible through all packs. They're not locked behind IC. They're not locked behind specific packs. So again, that's leaning more into it being more new player accessible and friendly, even if you're not going to spend anything. But yeah, it's they've done a good job as far as bringing that around and making it more accessible and more things craftable. Also, you mentioned ways of getting your crystals. Any duplicates you pull automatically convert into crystals of the appropriate type.
That's amazing, because not even a lot of other games don't even do that. Sometimes you have something that's maxed out, and all those extra shards or just don't get converted to anything. Worthless, and it just becomes like it just poof vanishes in thin air. But with this game, if you actually have 4 copies of the card, you get the currency for it. So basically, the more times you pull and the more times you have a copy of a card, the better value is that you'll be able to get that other card that you really want to get. So everything comes in full circle, which is really amazing.
Definitely a good pity system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe this game actually has an actual pity pull system as well, right? For Legendaries, I believe there is, and it's individual per pack. So whether you're playing the general pack or the Hella pack or whatever, I believe it does have an incorporated actual pity system. I'm not mistaken.
I believe it's either 1 of 7 or 1 out of 10 that you actually do get a guaranteed legendary pull within that X amount of pulls that you have done. I believe it's something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's something around that degree.
Yeah, I'm looking to see where it is. I'm not sure where it's shown, but I do remember reading that at some point, where there is a built-in pity system. Honestly, the rates are really good. They feel really nice when you pull enough. You do get legendaries pretty frequently, and it's not like anything is extra hard to obtain now, anyways. It's fairly easy if you have your eye on a deck. As long as you're just doing your dailies and keeping your chests open, you're going to be able to get that deck crafted in time, in a reasonable amount of time. That's a big difference. A lot of games are like, no, you can do it for free in time for 3 years, right? Like you just grind every day for 3 years and you'll get it. Like no, like within a couple weeks of you could craft any deck in the game.
Yeah, pretty much. and which is really awesome about this game because it's so very flexible when it comes to deck crafting and trying to build something in a different way. And what I really also like too with this new patch that just came out too, there's old decks that weren't really seeing play, like the Spider-Man deck. The Spider-Man deck really had kind of they had some concept going with their deck or their theme, and it wasn't really too great. But now since the devs came out with Season 4, we have literally, I think, like 50 cards got changed, something to that degree. Like it was a huge overhaul that they just done with this game, and now old decks that really didn't see play are now seeing play, and new cards that are coming out are helping to improve the old decks. So basically, the devs are not looking at like you basically your investment into a specific theme deck is not going to get put to waste. Pretty much what I'm trying to say.
That's right. Yeah, we saw that with the influx of new cards going into the Asgard and Stark decks. It's funny you mentioned that. The old decks needed some help. They gave extra cards to like 2 of the already strongest keywords. But that shows that there's more coming for all of these keywords. I would expect to see new cards rolled out regularly, and that is a good thing as far as like we're looking ahead to the future. It's not just going to be power creep of new heroes only, right? They're going to take care of the original heroes as well and keep them updated and fresh.
And that's a great feeling, because as somebody who's investing into the game, you never, or not even just investing money, just investing time into the game, you don't feel like it's just a dead waste. There's reasons to grind out, the game and then continue playing, so that when you do make those pack purchases or opening those packs and getting those cards or crafting the cards, you don't feel like it's not wasted your time, pretty much.
Yeah. No, that they do a good job with the supply boxes. So, and the thing with supply boxes is you don't even have to play ranked mode to get the supply boxes. You just hop in a casual game, do your 4 daily supply box runs, and you can pretty much call it for the day if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's busy, you can get those knocked out really quickly. Casual games are a fairly simple prospect to finish top 3. It's not hard at all. You
guys want to go over the ladder system, or like how many tiers are in the ladder? What can people expect reward wise?
Sure. Yeah, I couldn't tell you offhand how many tiers, but I could name them all.
No, that's fair.
What do we got? Bronze, silver, gold, plat, black, gold, stardust, master, conqueror. So 8.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, so we had 8 tiers. 8 tiers by 5, right? You have 5 rankings you have to go through. It goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That new tier.
Right, except Conqueror, where you're individually numbered, as is common in a lot of games. It's, once you hit the very top, then you are individually numbered. So you're Conqueror rank 33 or whatever. So you're the 33rd highest rated Conqueror on your server. So we can see the rewards here. There's the Master rewards and the Conqueror rewards there. So these are the weekly rewards that you get just for being in that tier. So 3 hero pack vouchers. 600 random hero crystals, 2 double XP chips, 3 double XP chips, and 3,000 coins for Master, and that would be for just every week on Monday. Those roll out, and then you also get seasonal rewards on top of that. Now they've added the seasonal supply chests, which we haven't seen open yet because this is the first season we have them. So at the end of the season, we're gonna kind of see what's in these, but they look pretty good. It'll be interesting to see. It's just a bunch of free stuff.
Yeah, free is good all the time.
Yeah, the rewards are pretty generous, so I'm generally pretty happy with the rewards you get in this game, both from the dailies and the free stuff you get in the shop, and also the free pack pull every day, and the weekly rewards and the seasonal rewards. They've definitely been pretty generous, and hopefully that continues. I don't see any reason it wouldn't. Before we wrap up, guys, who's excited? Who's ready for some Arena? Because that's coming around the corner, and by the time we record episode 1, Arena will be out.
Oh man! So how many days? How many days left we have?
3 days, 3 hours.
3 days. Oh man! I can't tell you how excited I am because draft is so fun. I can't wait to see exactly how they did it because I don't know if they've been kind of hush with this type of format currently. So I'm really excited for it. And apparently this might actually have a ladder mode to it, so that's really awesome. And basically you're gonna test your deck building skills, just more.
Right. Because you got to deck build on the fly from a limited pool of resources and do the best you can with what you're given. You're not, it's not like you have your full collection of like, all right, I have all the best cards. What's my best tuned deck I can possibly put together? This requires some creative thinking, creative deck building, and I love draft modes for that reason.
Oh, actually, since you actually said that, since you actually don't play with your card pool for the free-to-play players, if there's a card that you always want to play with, you get to actually test out that card. To see if you want to craft it in the future. Ah, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
If that goes like that.
And I know that there are drafters out there, right? There are people that only play draft modes. That's their jam. I know plenty of Magic players that they're only interested in playing limited formats, whether that's draft or sealed in Magic, and it'll be Arena here, or Hearthstone players that only play Arena and Hearthstone, right? Like, there are plenty of people that specialize in this type of format. So I think we're going to get an influx of new players into the game that want to be playing basically Arena only, and it's, hopefully it's everything we want it to be, as far as, the RNG versus the deck building versus the rewards. Hopefully you're able to go infinite in it without having to like get too crazy or in depth. And man, I'm excited. I think this is the thing I'm most excited about them adding to the game so far, as non like balanced stuff.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how they incorporate it. That it's hard for me to really comment on it because, like we mentioned, they haven't really said much about how it's going to work.
Right.
So I don't really have much of an opinion on it yet.
Yeah, we'll talk about Arena a lot in episode number 1, because it'll be out, and I'm sure we will have all played and maybe streamed it some by then. By the way, we all make content for this game on some level, in some capacity. You'll be able to find all of us making stuff. That's how we got into the pro program, was being of X rating and making content that they found appealing.
Yeah, and I can't wait. And there's a little picture hint there, and I'm kind of hoping in Arena, like, we can see, was that World War Hulk? Right?
Yeah, Gladiator Hulk.
I think, Chop, you have
Beta Ray Bill. My man Beta Ray Bill hanging out back there with Stormbreaker. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm hoping that they're going to be involved somehow. Maybe how Gwenpool is the story mode character. Maybe one or both of those are going to be involved in the story of the Arena, and we're going to get to interact with them in some capacity.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Funny thing is, though, with the 2v2v2, there's actually like exclusive Gwenpool cards that are in that game mode. So I'm wondering, with Arena, are they gonna have exclusive in Arena cards, so where you can't play them any other way except playing Arena mode? So I wonder if that's something where they're gonna get at.
That would be really cool. The Gwenpool cards in the 2v2v2 mode are, some of them are really powerful. I wouldn't necessarily want those in Arena, but I think it would be cool if they had, balanced cards in Arena for sure. Typically a draft format is going to be of lower power than a ladder format, so it needs to be scaled down a little bit. But that's really cool. I hadn't even considered, adding new Arena exclusive cards. Maybe you're onto something there.
Yeah, I just tell you, like, this game has so many hidden secrets, and I just love it. This game is by far one of the best card collecting games that have extreme awesome competitive play, has nice casual play, has nice team up modes. You name it, the game is going to have it, with the battle animations, with the voice acting. It's a home run, grand slam out of it so far. Seriously.
Yeah, we should talk about acquiring this game. As we mentioned, this is not in full worldwide release yet. The easiest way to play is, if you're on a PC, grab an emulator of your choice. I know BlueStacks works for me. I know, John, you said LD Player has been working really well for you lately.
Yeah.
And grab the APK. You can Google it. I'll put a link to the APK underneath the video and in the show notes. So it's there if you want it, and it's a pretty simple process to install it. If you have any questions, DM any of us. Get in the Discord for this game. The Discord's great, full of helpful players. There are a bunch of other pros that are always in there answering questions as well and helping newer players out. So don't be afraid. The community is really nice and really helpful, and is off to a great start. So we'll have the Discord link. We'll have links on how to get set up if you're outside of Southeast Asia. Also, just wanted to welcome our new players. This game just did open in a bunch of new areas. So we want to welcome our players from Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, and Singapore, I believe. The game just rolled out in those four regions. So welcome to all of you if you're watching or listening to this. I know you're all new, but I expect you'll be up to the challenge and get up to speed rather quickly. So hop in the Discord, say hi to us in the comments, leave us some feedback if you guys enjoyed this. And all right, plugs. Where can everybody find everybody?
All right, you can find me at Jonathan Snow 88 on YouTube, as well as I believe on Twitter and Twitch. Now, I've been live streaming. I make videos on this game. I do comment a lot on Twitter. You can also find me on their official Discord as well. So if you ever want to ask questions, I'm on their official Discord as well. And so that's where you can find me at.
For me, it's mostly going to be a Twitch thing. Twitch TV, XV_Faith. I also go by Faith on YouTube for the occasional Duel content.
Very good. You can find me HorribleChopstick everywhere on YouTube. Twitch.tv/HorribleChopstick. I stream this game pretty much every day. I know John streams it a lot as well. You can find all my decks on YouTube. I say mine, but they're mostly stolen from Faith. I keep saying that, but I think I'm almost to the tipping point where I have enough original decks now that aren't stolen from Faith that I can stop saying that soon. The Whiplash build was that one was me, so I'm pretty happy about that one. We'll keep coming to our stuff, guys. We'll get this posted up on YouTube, and this week as well, we'll have it up on actual podcast services. So if you want the audio version, be sure to subscribe there when it's up, and we'll have more info on that when episode 1 rolls out. Parting shots? Anybody?
And then one more thing, for episode 1 of Marvel Duel Pro Academy, we'll be entering the arena.
Yes! Glorious draft mode, and also starting next week. This was more of an introduction. We're talking about ourselves, the game. Starting next week, we'll have a more regular schedule. We'll be talking about decks more in depth. This is a pro academy. We want to educate some, so we'll have that extra info and the strategies, the decks. Certainly, we'll be talking about the arena a lot next week and what's happened there, and maybe what the best strategies early on are in the life of the arena. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for Marvel Duel Pro Academy episode 0. We will see you all next week. Bye.
See you guys.
See you guys.